Our adoption story really starts long before we even met. God placed adoption in my heart before I even knew that I would be a mom. Shortly after we were married, we found out we were expecting our first son, and we were excited. I would say really our passion for adoption just grew. You know, we have these babies that we're loving on and we're caring, and it'd be the middle of the night and one of our boys would be small and be crying, and I would go to them and they'd stop, and I would just be thinking about so many babies who have no one come. It over and over again, it was impressed on me. I want to love them and accept them like God has done for us and like He's allowed us to do for these children that He's put in our lives so far.
For me, in the big turning point, I was just talking to a friend and he was just saying that there's just no hope for these little girls in China and some of these other countries, especially China. So at that moment, we're just doing international. And then we knew that there were going to be some bumps in the road, so we were just hoping that the bumps weren't going to be too big. I mean, you're going through a really long process to bring your little one home, and it's just, you just are praying, God, like, I know everything's going to happen the way it's going to happen, but, you sometimes you just don't expect some of the bumps in the road that do happen.
So our little girl's name was Xinyan. So she had had one heart surgery when she was 2 months old, and we knew that she was going to need another one. Everything in her reports came back that she was going to have a full repair. So we went into that praying and believing and knowing that she was fully cared for and loved. The first update came that they had gone in and they had only been able to do 2 of the repairs. And her little body started to get overwhelmed. I think it was the next night. It was the news that she didn't make it. As sad as it was, we were definitely mourning the loss. This is a beautiful heart, a good heart. She was so loved up until the very last minute, and
she had a family.
We were her family. She didn't die an orphan. She did not die unclaimed. We loved her as much as we could for as long as we could with everything we had, and we would say yes to her all over again. We kept saying we're going to move forward in hope, right?
Yeah.
In hope. To stop was never a consideration. So
then we found Ruby.
we did.
Yeah.
We're in the waiting phase, so everything is in China, and we're just waiting and learning more about our girl every day, again, because she's in this great home, and waiting till we can travel and go get her. We see the gospel in adoption. We see the picture of a God who He sees us in our needy, desperate state, lonely and lost and lacking in love and confused, and the Bible says we know love in this, that He loved us first, and He's right there, and He draws us to us, and He welcomes us right in. So what we see in adoption is a picture of redemption, just like when we say yes to God and we decide to accept Him and become a part of His family. We're saying yes to this child and welcoming them in and giving them the same rights as our own biological children.
Kids are fun too. So if it's not us, then who else is going to do it? So.
Right.